I don't know how to put this any more delicately than I can. Have you ever been offered a bribe?
Never.
Never?
I have been hinted. But these are very, very thin ice things. You never know how these things are.
Okay, but there was even a hint. Did you report that hint?
No.
Why not?
Well, that's a good question, because usually you think, okay, maybe I misunderstood, let's see how the things are developing. But, you know, Bank of Latvia, I think the most important thing is we have nothing to do with commercial banking supervision.
Sure, but just to come back to that issue, you say it's a good question. Credibility of a central bank is extremely important. We'll talk about the regulatory issue to one side, but I'm curious to know why you didn't. Even a hint, even the merest whiff of impropriety. Why didn't you report that at that point in time? Because that would have been a clear thing that you could say now. Look, that happened then. I didn't even know it was but I reported it.
Of course, you could imagine if I would know that this thing is going to develop like it has been developing. I regret that I didn't do that.
I just want to deal with a few kind of this may sound like sort of housekeeping, but Novik Bank, which is run by a Russian-born UK resident, alleges that the press conference you gave a few days back on the 20th, you said that the bank had misled regulators, and I'm just trying to put the language correctly here, and therefore could lose its licence. Novik Bank now claims that by undermining a Latvian institution, you have broken Latvian law, because that is written into law that you may not do that. Is that the case?
By undermining
the institution?
No, I have not undermined anybody. The thing is that this is very well known and established fact at the moment that the bank has misled the regulator at the entrance.
Do you have evidence for this?
Definitely.
And you'd be happy to share that evidence that the bank is doing this? This
is not possible to do it by me, but there is evidence. Mr. Guselnikov has told me myself that he has a court case in London.
Okay. I'm curious as to your belief in the legal system here. You talked previously about the fact that the ABLV Bank was denied a loan, and then a few hours later your residence was searched, and you've kind of drawn a link between those two events. Is there a link between those two events? Because the institution for which is the basis of what the authorities detained you for was an institution that was wound up in 2016. So is there a link between that loan not being granted and what happened to you?
I cannot allege that. I rhetorically asked whether that is coincidence or the fact.
Right. Which do you believe it is?
I believe I'm not a friend of the banks, and that the things which have been done, they have been prepared for probably several years. They have been going after me, looking for my mistakes wherever I could be blamed for the smallest things, for the misbehavior or misfortune. And I think it is also important to mention that there was a possibility for me at that very day when I made an appointment to meet the U.S. ambassador, and I thought it will be happening next week. There was this home search and arrest in order. This is my speculation,
right.
Of course.
But it's speculation.
So there are a lot of things are coinciding with that day and with the U.S. sanctions against that bank. So,
okay.
I should probably be silent and not to tell anything more, but there are a lot of coincidences around that.